G'day guys, I think we are live, back again. Hope you guys are doing well. Back again with Tiny Glade. And yeah, hopefully we'll be streaming for maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll see how we go. And we're pretty much going to be continuing where we left off. It's going to be pretty much a very similar stream to the last one, where we're just sort of hanging out, you know, and relaxing, having a good time, just talking about random stuff while we create some beautiful looking buildings, homes, spaces, however way you want to call it. I think it's probably a good idea for us to just do double windows all the way here, and let's do perhaps maybe a single window here, and then another single window right there. I think that makes sense. But yes, there's a lot of detail in this particular build that we haven't really added. I mean, look at all of this. There's plenty of empty looking walls there that we need to try and populate. I'm sort of just wondering whether or not there's scope for us to experiment a little bit more. Probably didn't really want to do that. Can adjust the height. The height looks fine. Sort of trying to see if there's anything else we can do. Yeah, I can put it on like pillars like that, but probably don't really want to do that. I think I'm happy with the shape there. Let's actually get several windows in. I think I'll be pretty happy if we do that. Now, question is, what kind of windows do we want? I guess maybe we should just use this style of window because we're using it on this side. But I'm thinking maybe we want to get like some bigger versions on the very top. Like that. And we can get a few of them. Great. Tidying them up might be a little bit complicated. And that's where I wish there was a little bit more quality of life sort of stuff, where the game sort of helps you make things a little neater. But I suppose maybe, and I'm just guessing here, but maybe the point of this is to not be too fussed about the details to the point where you're, you know, getting too meticulous. It's supposed to be a very relaxing game, right? But guaranteed there are going to be people out there who are going to be a little bit frustrated with the fact that they can't sort of align stuff and, you know, that sort of thing. That looks pretty decent to me. Again, we'll be checking in on chat and stuff, so definitely drop in some comments and stuff into the chat if you want to interact, and I'll generally have a read and try and respond and stuff. Or not. Up to you guys, obviously. But yeah, let's do perhaps a set of smaller windows down the bottom. I think that totally makes sense, and I think thanks to doing the first set there, we should be able to hopefully align things a little bit more. You would hope. But yeah, once again, guys, hope you guys are doing well. It is Sunday morning, 1 a.m. So I've had a bit of a nap. And after this, well, I'm going to continue my nap because I haven't really gotten enough sleep, I don't think. So, but I figured this is probably around the time that most of my viewers are going to be hanging around on YouTube. So I figure I give this time slot a stream and see how we go. So this one only has the one window on that side, so I suppose I should maybe make the same thing. One other thing that I would say is lacking is... So there's a tutorial system in this game, but it seems like the tutorial sort of activates contextually, and I don't know if we've really even covered off every single part of the tutorial at this point, because since it's contextual, I suppose it really just relies on whether or not the player has actually, you know, done the thing that triggers any of the tutorial segments. So I feel like I'm probably missing a few, like, knowledge tidbits on game mechanics, but anyway, let's continue. Gonna do this building next. Hopefully we can move on pretty quickly. So we'll go with some double windows here. Oh, maybe even a triple window for this top section. Yeah, just like what we've got on that side, but I suppose this side has one of these types of windows, so I could do that. Yeah, just trying to replicate stuff. So maybe we bring this down, and this as well. Then we get in the different style. Like so. And yeah, let's tidy that up a little bit. That seems pretty center. It's a little bit difficult to tell if it's center or not because this part of the building isn't exactly center. And then let's get more of the square windows in. Suppose we can go single windows from here. That's fine. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, this building doesn't have any windows whatsoever, so probably a good idea to add some. Yeah, let's come back. Let's come back to this side, and let's add what we need to add. Once again, guys, just wanted to remind people, I've been mentioning it in the last stream as well, but I am going to be away for a little bit. 25th of October onwards for about, I would say, 11 to 12 days or so. So you may find that some of the videos that I've been making on things like Subnautica or Valheim will be drying up a little bit, so you won't see some new episodes after a period of time. Oh yeah, maybe we can get some doors in as well, like maybe a door like in this spot, for instance. Just a small one. Seems like a good idea. And then we can join this pathway here to that door. Maybe we can even make a smaller pathway. Maybe have that join like that. Yeah, that seems decent. Do we want the pathway to go out this way? Maybe. Maybe it's not a bad idea. Accidentally got rid of that tree there. I will replant it, I reckon. Okay. Trees. I made a comment about the mass deforestation in the previous episode, and that it seemed to be relatively out of character. That's definitely true. I tend to like to keep what nature, or what semblance of nature there is in whatever game that I like to play, but I felt like some of the spaces unfortunately needed us to get rid of a lot of trees, which, you know, it feels bad. Feels bad, man. Had to be done. Alright, I think there's only the one building left, potentially, that we need to add some windows. I don't know about these things. Maybe we could add some windows there as well. But perhaps maybe the walls, it might be a little bit better to have like these types of windows. Almost like defensive sort of windows. And we did start doing that in some of these towers, right? So I think that doesn't look too bad. So we'll try and add a little bit more to the gigantic wall. We'll see how we go. But yeah, let's focus on the easier things first, like this structure here. So this one's probably like the biggest structure of them all, right? So maybe I want like the biggest type of windows here. Yeah, so I can do something like that, and then maybe we can have like a small window in the center. I don't know, maybe it makes sense to do a double window there as well. Yeah, that looks decent. So then we want to maybe mix things up by doing like a set of smaller windows like that. Perfect. Nice. Alright. Probably having some kind of a door wouldn't be a bad idea for this building. Maybe a nice door somewhere on this side. And we could make it, you know, relatively grand. I mean, these doors don't really look very special though, do they? I mean, that's like the biggest door that I can muster. Maybe we do like a smaller door down here. And yeah, let's get just a few more windows. Alright. That's pretty decent looking. So that's alright. I probably won't put any form of doors or anything like that on the outer side of the walls. Just because if you think about it, since it's a defensive position, you wouldn't really want there to be any doors from the outside. But I think I'll add the random door or two down here in some of these towers. Oh, maybe even here. That might look nice. Actually, what happens if we add one of these very close to the bottom? Does that change at all? Hmm. Yeah, okay. I don't really think so. So that's fine. We'll probably leave that. What I will add, though, is just a door. I think it makes sense. So something like that. Maybe another one on the other side. Right. Okay. I think we're probably missing some windows around here. I mean, I do like the idea of the game sort of just like randomly putting things like, you know, clothes out to dry and stuff, but when you're trying to go for like a grand looking castle, that's probably not the look that you're wanting to go for. I don't know if you have much control over that. Ah, yes. One other thing that I haven't really been doing is adding windows to the roofs, and that could be cool. Yeah, hard to tell when they're aligned or not, but that looks pretty decent to me. Yeah, pretty good. And yeah, we're definitely missing a lot of windows on this side. Let's go for it. Okay. So, at least the top sections are sort of done. I don't know. Does that look alright? I feel like it looks a little weird that we've got, like, so many of the same type of windows. It doesn't look very natural. Maybe I do want to mix things up a little bit. Because something like that looks much better. Strangely enough, the colors of the roof tiles change when you shift things around. So that's kind of interesting as well. Oh, what? I've just learned something new, guys, but apparently you can put windows in these corners. I did not realize. I don't know if this is there originally or if that's been patched in. Because I know the devs have been sort of working on improvements to the game. I just don't really know what sort of stuff they've patched in. But anyway, this is looking much better than before, I would say. Alright, now the difficulty is actually going to be the bottom section. I might just put in a door and maybe I won't worry about windows down there. Yeah, I wonder if you can do like... Oh, you can even do double windows as well. Ah, okay. Well, perhaps maybe the next build we should play around with that. Let me add some of these. All right. Very cool, and a little bit more over here. Okay. Not bad looking, I would say. Yeah, I wish there was a way that we could essentially bring things up to a height of certain other structures. So, for example, stuff like this, unfortunately we do have little sort of visual separators there because we can't get the height to adjust exactly. I guess we could bring things very, very close. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Then probably need to adjust this as well. Yeah, trying to get rid of a lot of these edges. As much as possible, anyway. Yeah, there are these trap doors, which I think I learnt about in the previous episode, or previous stream. Which gives us, like, additional details as well, which is kind of nice. This seems a little thin. I'm just going to pull that out a little bit. Okay, pretty good. Maybe we want to experiment with more of those trapdoors. It seems like whichever style you choose, I think the trapdoor still looks the same. You can't really get a different looking one, unfortunately. Alright, not bad. And I think we did start putting some lanterns down. Probably not a lot. So I'm gonna just see if I can add a few more. And we'll move on to other things. I don't know if we need like more flags or something. Actually, more of these types of windows in some of these towers. So I'm thinking wherever we do have doors and stuff, maybe we should actually have like lanterns. So here, for instance, maybe a couple down here. Makes a bit of sense. And maybe up there. Might look alright to have a lantern somewhere just randomly in the middle. Just to light up this center area. And since we've got a couple going here, maybe just one over there. Seems good. Okay. Yeah, game doesn't like lanterns on roofs for whatever reason. Ah, yes, here. Got more doors. Definitely want some lanterns here. And perhaps here as well. Oh, this is going to be a tight squeeze here. Yeah, that's fine. And a couple there. A couple there as well. Yeah, overall looking good. Things are coming along. Suppose it might be a good idea to check out what this place looks like at night. But, let's do that a little bit later. Beautiful. I do like the fact that like vines and stuff do grow, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like it makes it a little bit difficult to actually see what you're doing. And also, depending on, you know, what look you're sort of going for, maybe you might not want those vines, because it does make some of the buildings look like they're abandoned somewhat and in disrepair. I might actually remove that completely. I'm just trying to remember, how do we remove things? Oh yeah, we just have to drag it off. Yeah. Yeah, I think the upper levels make sense for there to be like openings there, but not the lower levels. So I'll try and keep those consistent. I'll be recharging a little bit every now and then, guys. So if I look a little idle, just having some nice, refreshing beverages. I know the majority of my viewers are from the United States, so I assume you guys are probably like hitting around evening or something like that at the moment. But yeah, it's a real shame, because last time when I did the stream, you know, I think the hurricane had just passed, and then now you guys have just like had another one, which is really awful. So if anyone's watching that's affected in any way, I do hope you guys are safe, and I hope the hurricane didn't impact you too much. Yeah, luckily, natural disasters are not really something that I have to deal with too constantly, although we do get plenty of bushfires here, and those bushfires can be a bit of a problem at times. Just make that a little bit bigger. I think it makes a little bit more sense to do so. I wonder if I should just move this ever so slightly. No. I want to actually move the building. Oh, okay. Right, it doesn't really change. I was sort of hoping to be able to get rid of this like connecting pattern there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Right. Are we happy with everything? I feel like maybe we could go with something like that up top. I think that looks good. Move that across slightly. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I feel like there are no bodies of water around here. It looks a little dry, doesn't it? And I guess the only other thing that I haven't really played around with is maybe adding more shrubbery. Maybe playing around with the colors a little bit. But I always find that playing around with the colors is the toughest part. Yeah, maybe we can go with a deep green roof. Deep green and maybe faded green. Alright. And how about the color of the building itself? Do quite like that look, or that that pattern. Then we can also sort of like choose the color itself. Oh, this is for the wood. I think the base version is fine. Might leave that as is. I'll try and replicate the outer walls. I don't know, does it make sense to do that? I feel like the contrast may have looked a little bit better, but unless we color it completely different. Actually, that's slightly different color anyway, isn't it? So maybe that's fine. And over here we'll go... I don't know, I'm thinking of maybe going back to some kind of a solid color here. Because I feel like the half wood lends itself to having like solid colors instead of the brick. Yeah, maybe even that. I think that was the original color. Let's do that. Yeah, that looks good. And yeah, this main building though, what do we do? Yeah, I'd say that probably doesn't look too bad. I sort of still want the colors to sort of blend in with each other somewhat. Yeah, which makes the choice for this one a little bit tougher. Yeah, maybe we should match it like that. Yeah, the colors, I feel like now look a little bit more haphazard than before, but that's okay. I'll live with that. That's fine. Alright, what else can we add? Flags, maybe? Flags could be potentially a good thing to add. We've got banners here. I don't know if we can add, like, multiple flags together. Maybe not. That looks like a decent position. Do another one there. Maybe we can space these a tiny bit more. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Then we can add some banners here as well. Oh, right, you can change the the banner types by just, like, clicking on them. I did not know that. And I guess you get a random banner every single time. Right, so if you're, like, wanting to be, like, super meticulous, you could get the matching banners everywhere if you really wanted to, but... I'm just curious to see where we can actually hang these banners. I think maybe it makes sense to do one here and here as well. Maybe a banner right there. Actually, can I use the paint tool? Oh, right. Yeah. We totally have the ability to change the color. That's good. Good to know. I'm not sure what this last one does. I guess maybe it just closes the menu. Ooh, we're missing some windows over here. Let's just quickly fix that up. There we go. So where else can we put more flags? Can we do them in the corners? Oh, actually, yes. It gives you like an actual pole that it hangs from. Or a beam, I suppose. Very good. I think we might be sort of done with this build. I'm just sort of curious to see what you can do with adding like additional buildings. Ideally, it would be nice if you could like add buildings like on top of already existing buildings, if that makes sense. So, I guess you could do it to a degree if you wanted to, you know, I guess go a little bit grander. Yeah, I mean, ideally, what I would like to do is to be able to sort of completely like add additional depth to buildings. So for example, if I did that though, unfortunately you do get like these sorts of effects where you get buildings on stilts, essentially, which is not the most ideal. Yeah, I'm just sort of curious to see how things interact with each other. Huh. There we go. And that's kind of interesting. And it doesn't add any of the stilts underneath it. So you could do stuff like that. So I guess technically what you could do is you could add that, and then you could just reduce the size or something, and then that literally makes the building sort of just sit on top of the previous one that you've built. Which is kind of cool. And you can start adjusting stuff. Yeah, something like that, for example. But yeah, probably not something that I want to keep though, so just get rid of that. Anything else that I want to add? Probably not. We're probably just going to take a quick gander with the camera, just to admire the beauty of this build and the game itself. I did discover the first-person mode towards the end of the previous stream, so we may as well sort of check things out with first-person mode as well. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far and the build. I know this is a continuation of the previous build, but gonna get started with, I would say, a brand new build. And this time around, I sort of want to focus a little bit more on trying to get a little bit of water and perhaps maybe more terrain deformation. But if you guys have any suggestions on what we should do with the build, and perhaps maybe mechanics that I haven't really seen before, definitely leave some comments, and I'll see if I can accommodate. Yeah, not a bad build, but I think it's time to leave this... Can we call this a castle? I guess it is some kind of a castle, isn't it? Alright, so let's do a new build, and let's get going. I do have the option for like the different biomes here. I'm just confused. I think I would tend to go with summer and autumn all the time, but maybe we can go with a flowery build and see how we feel about that. Oh wow, sorry, I haven't been checking the comments for a while, but Izakenji, how you going, man? Thanks for dropping by. Swift, this is Tiny Glade. It is literally just build a nice looking village slash home slash castle, and that's it. No no progression, you know, no challenges or anything like that. It's just you know, a relaxing kind of game. You know, has those kinds of vibes basically. Love the sound of the banner swing across the brick wall. So nice. Does it make a sound? I didn't notice actually. But perhaps maybe it's a matter of sort of getting a bit closer to the banner itself. Anyway, let's decide on the next biome. We'll definitely go with the flowery one. And yeah, we immediately start with a randomized build. That actually looks really nice, to be honest. It's a bit sad that I'm gonna have to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm just sort of seeing if there's any way you could increase the size of the build space. Is that a thing? I don't think it is. So you're always sort of limited, but that's alright. It is what it is. Let's get rid of everything there. I know I did quite like that. We're looking like it's a very flat land here that we need to work with. I may also remove all of the shrubbery and the greenery here. Unfortunately, it has to happen. Don't really like doing that, but it needs to happen. I suppose, you know, if we put terrain deformation and, you know, other things in, things will just naturally disappear as well, but... Okay, the next thing that I want to do is I want to get some water in. And I'm sort of hoping that we can sort of make some kind of a river. That's sort of the initial thing that I want. Yeah, okay, so that's just deleting the water, but what I want to do is... Yeah, so this adds terrain. I'm just wondering whether or not there's a way to sort of dig terrain. Maybe that's not a thing. Maybe it's literally like this is the base height. You can go, you know, further up or bring it back down, basically. So what I might do is something like this, where I'm going to add like that terrain like that, and then all of this will bring up. Also bring that up as well. And then we'll sort of do something similar on the other side. So I feel like now that we're sort of playing around with terrain a little bit more, I think the build can look way more dynamic. I think that's going to look really, really cool. I feel like there might be a limitation to how much terrain you can add and edit at the same time. Don't quote me on that, but it feels like it. So... yeah, I wonder if I can patch all of this up. Yeah, the terrain tools can be a little bit finicky, I feel. Let me try that again. Yeah, see, that's pretty much the limit there. But that's okay. We can do them in batches. We just need to be very careful about when the terrain tool starts and stops, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay, cool. So I think that looks good. Let's just make sure that we bring the terrain up to roughly the area that we want. I think we can probably go a little higher. Maybe even more. Yeah, that looks decent. Alright, so now we can play around with a little bit of water. And hoping that we don't, you know, accidentally destroy what we've already made. But yeah, so now we've got like a nice looking river to work with. And hopefully we can sort of build around this thing. Like, I'm sort of envisaging in my mind some kind of a river town with like a nice bridge or two, you know. Those are the vibes that I'm getting at the moment. So hopefully we can achieve that. Right. But probably a good idea to also just play around with what these tools are going to do when we sort of use them in conjunction with what we've got. So, like that, for example, that doesn't just automatically build a bridge, unfortunately. So, let's get rid of that. Yeah, it'd be cool if there was a way to just, like, build, literally, a bridge across across this river, but maybe we can do that manually. So, oh, I accidentally pet the ducks there. 10 out of 10. So, we definitely want to do something like that. And perhaps maybe we want like some thinner versions of these rectangular buildings. And maybe we just need like a couple of them. And if I lift that, I think that'll start looking like a bridge of some sort, right? So I think that's definitely what we're going for. So I just need to essentially make another one of these, hopefully. Though I think maybe the height needs to be adjusted slightly. So maybe around there. Or we could adjust the height of the terrain. But I think that should be fine. Let's get in another one and see how we go. Alright, there we go. Looking decent. But we will have to add like some buildings and stuff across, you know, the divide. Because unfortunately we can't just get roads and stuff like merging to it. Although the roads will create like doors and stuff, but I think that doesn't really make sense. So we'll add like, you know, small towns and stuff, buildings that connect to it. So perhaps maybe we start with, I don't know, maybe a small tower like that. Maybe another small building. Attaching to it like that, maybe. Might be able to bring this tower up a little bit like that. Seems alright. And let's do something that connects like so. Yeah, that looks decent. And then, you know, we'll have pathways sort of like leading into this building. Actually, on second thought, I think maybe I'll just shift that to this side. I think it makes sense for maybe this area here to be like the main entrance, so to speak, for people to get in and sort of cross the bridge. Which makes me feel like maybe we want to widen that a little bit and maybe move this across a tiny bit more. Do we want to connect that? Maybe not. I do feel like maybe this needs to be a little bit bigger. So, yeah, something like that. Because, yeah, I need a big door on that side. One sec, guys. It's a bit thirsty here. Gotta hydrate. Although, I guess a bit of rum and and sugar is not really gonna hydrate me, though. Probably gonna do the opposite. Alright, so let's go in with similar structures on the other side. So what I might do this time, though, is I'll have like an elongated structure. Like so. And yeah, I mean, we should be able to get like a big door there, but also on this side I think we should be able to also connect it with another relatively big structure. Yeah, maybe like that. We can adjust the size and stuff. Great. Okay, so that's a decent start, and then I'm sort of thinking we want you know, an actual town that is built next to the river. So, but perhaps maybe we want all of that stuff sort of planned around the pathways that are supposed to sort of run through this area. So maybe I will start with the doors, actually. The doors might be... yeah, the best thing that we start with first. Something like that. And... or actually, let me just test something out. But if I do... yeah, okay, that's probably a better looking door. Just utilizing the pathway tool. And we'll do something very similar on this side. So... yeah, looking good. And then we do another pathway on this side as well, so... I really need to get rid of a lot of these trees, guys, because I can't really see what I'm doing. Hang on. That is not what we want. What is going on in here? Anyway, let's get the trees out of the way first, maybe. Alright. Oh, I guess this is maybe a terrain issue. I wonder if I can fix that. Not exactly. I don't think so. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. I'm gonna have to sort of work around that. That's fine. So I think some pathways that are just like near the river seems like a good idea. And then, as I said, we probably do want a pathway that leads out of this area as well. Ooh, okay, this actually makes like steps and stuff. That's kind of interesting. If we wanted to play around with more terrain. Alright. Now with the main pathways out of the way, I'm just gonna maybe connect things like that, and then we'll sort of play around with you know, placing down houses and stuff like that in spots that hopefully make a bit of sense. But yeah, let me get in some other details here that I already have in mind. So I'm thinking maybe adding stuff like that makes sense. Oh, okay. That's obviously a problem. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Maybe we do a little bit leading this way. And I'll do tiny pathway right there. Maybe a little bit bigger, actually. I can barely see that. Okay. And so yeah, let's get some homes in. I think it's time for some big old homes. Perhaps multi-story homes. If we can make them work, that is. That looks decent. I will maybe lift that up a little bit. I think it makes sense. we'll come back to maybe the details a little bit later. But yeah, let's keep going. So I want things to hopefully look kind of rustic, you know, like things are not going to be too too clean, in terms of design, that is. Yep. Looks good. And another. Perhaps this one can have like a nice sort of tower sort of thing going for it. Yeah, that's looking much better. Bring that down a little bit. And yeah, let's bring this up. I don't know. This tower thing looks a little out of place. Maybe that can just simply go like that. Maybe. Alright, not bad. And I'm sort of thinking this is probably a good point for us to add yet another bridge. So I want to do another couple of those rectangular pieces. Yeah, getting used to the controls in this game can be a little bit finicky. You know, learning how you sort of control the shapes specifically, and I'm not entirely sure if I really have it down pat either. I feel like perhaps maybe there might be some mechanics here and there that I'm oblivious to, perhaps. Yeah, maybe something like that, and something like that. We could do like a structure in the middle, perhaps, for this particular bridge. Might be cool. But I'm thinking, yeah, maybe we'll want this to sort of just flow away from this structure here. But yeah, if I do, let's say, one of these, and I just put that in the middle and just make that a little bit bigger, or bring it up. Wait a sec. I will probably need to bring this up a little bit. Yeah, like so. Just needs to be level. I think that's what makes a bit more sense. So chuck that in there. Maybe need to rotate this a little bit. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Hey, Lovis? 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 Venberg? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Alright. I think this looks fine. Let's maybe just bring it up a little bit more, just so that we can fit some nice looking doors in there. Wonder if I can do the pathway door. No, I can't do that, unfortunately. Alright. So it's gonna have to be normal doors there. That's fine. Some big structures over here. Oh god, we're definitely way past the beginning of the stream, but I forgot to ask people if the sound levels are alright. Hopefully they are. Yeah, that looks alright. Maybe do we want to do something like that, maybe? It's probably better. And perhaps we could do... yeah, maybe something on an angle might look pretty cool. Although... I do need the doorway to... does the doorway need to align to the bridge? I guess that's not entirely necessary. But anyway, let's try and get those doors in. So, again, big old pathway. And just do something like that. And maybe we'll bring this around. And we can do a smaller pathway that leads there. Yeah, kind of looks nice. Yeah, so, you know, we've got a semblance of some kind of a quaint river town. I'm gonna move that, actually. I'm gonna move it closer to the water, and then I might actually make it slightly bigger, and then we can hopefully connect some other buildings to it. And I think I should, again, put that on stilts like that. That looks decent. And then the back side, yeah, I guess I should do that as well. Maybe not as high though, maybe something like that. So there's a bit of a, you can tell that there's like a little bit of a cellar or something like that going on in this home. Let's bring that out a little bit. Definitely need like some structures over here. Maybe we'll make that a little bit bigger. Like so. This can act like a semi-crossroads, you know? Slightly bigger. Maybe this as well. And we haven't really put some doors and stuff. I guess I'll do another pass with like doors. So we'll get to that in a moment. Let's do even more homes. If some of you guys, you know, familiar with Manor Lords, for instance, you know, we're trying to put like burgage plots or burgages. I think that looks kind of nice. One thing I wish that you could do is, I wish you could make some of the homes look, I mean, you know, you could still use like rectangular shapes, but I wish you could make them not so rigid, you know, like just so that the angles are not all 90 degrees. I think if the devs could implement something like that, I think that'll just give the game that much more character, or at least give a lot of the builds a little bit more character, you know. But, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. You know, 3 of the same looking homes there. I could maybe pull that one out a little bit just to give it a little bit more character. And yeah, let's maybe do a really big one over this side, or perhaps maybe like a very mini looking castle even. I don't know if we want to do something like that, because when we loaded up the biome, the game did actually give us like something that looked quite nice actually. So it was a little bit of a shame that we had to take that down. Gonna see if we can maybe do something like that. Oh. We don't even get, like, stilts here? What's going on? Yeah, so I think that looks alright. Might move it closer a tiny little bit. Maybe like that. I guess the terrain is sort of making things a little bit more difficult for us to manage. Looks alright. So might need to safeguard this sort of drop here. You know, gotta make sure the kids are safe. Nice. I mean, I could put like another home or something like that there if I wanted to. But this looks pretty good. Happy with that. And arguably there's probably scope to add more homes on this side. Maybe we could even add like an additional bridge over here. Yeah, I do like the idea of perhaps maybe doing like one more bridge. Preferably like a smaller one, if we can manage that. Yeah, maybe I'll try and get the rectangles to be as thin as I can make them. I think that might give us just that extra bit of character. So I know you have like the undo function in this game, which is, you know, really, really handy. But I do wish that they just took that idea and replicated it across like a few other sort of common functions, like, you know, copying and pasting, for instance. It'd be nice if you could just simply copy and paste a existing building that you've made exactly with the measurements that you've made them in and place them down again somewhere else, you know? Brilliant. Do I want to bring this up a little bit? I feel like maybe we could do that. I think it makes a bit of sense to just not make it so thick. Like that. And yeah, I don't know. There seems to be a bit of a gap there, so maybe we'll leave that going down a tiny bit more. Yeah, that seems alright. I don't know how I feel about that. Can we fix that? Is there a way to rotate the circular ones, I wonder? Maybe not. Yeah, okay, that doesn't even make sense. So let's just get rid of that completely. Okay, that's completely center, I guess. Alright. Just a few more structures on this side. I think this will be like a really big connected structure, right? Like that. I'm wondering maybe if I should maybe even get rid of the roof completely And then we can sort of join this on it as well. Maybe a little excessive. Maybe like that. And then we could get like a smaller structure that sits on top of it. I mean, probably don't want to do that size, obviously, but you get the idea. Something like that. And yet another pathway, obviously. Do a chunky one. And yeah, I suppose we do need to just make this a little bit thinner. Yeah, I quite like that, actually. That looks pretty good. Again, I could be adding like more buildings on this side, but I think I'm done with the building aspect. If we do another stream, I might, you know, continue where we left off in this one and add, you know, a few more homes and stuff. But I think this looks kind of cool. And yeah, I was sort of just like wanting to experiment with seeing what we could do with water and terrain. So, you know, this looks quite nice. I have seen you know, some videos out there on YouTube where people are like recreating, I don't know, Rivendell or, you know, Helm's Deep or something like that in Lord of the Rings. I think that would be kind of cool. I haven't watched any of them actually, but just because I sort of didn't really want to spoil any of the game mechanics for myself, but can you imagine the amount of time and level of detail you would need to be able to recreate some of that stuff? Crazy. And the game's only been out like for a short amount of time as well, so I don't know how people do it, and they learn so quickly. I'm just slow, guys. You know me. Ooh, that seems very... Yeah, okay, that looks much better. Thank you very much. I was gonna say, I would not want to live in that corner of the building. Not without some support. Thank you very much. Yeah, so let's do another pass on the entire thing and add doors to every single place. So I would say we definitely need a door somewhere here. Yeah, single door should be fine. Or maybe... No, I'll do like a bigger one, like that. This one can take... Yeah. Also, a double-sized one. Like so. Maybe we'll change the style a little bit. We'll do... Hang on. That is not right. Why is that not connecting to... the ground? That's why. It wasn't connected to the ground at all. Alright. Yeah, looks better. I think I'll do pathways a little later. Yeah, looks good. Maybe we should do fencing as well. Lest people fall to their deaths. Very good. Actually, another thing, instead of using some of these wooden fences, maybe I should be using, like, actual... like brick fences or stone fences. Because that is also an option, right? Yeah, let's take a look at these fences and see if we can add a little bit more. Especially, perhaps maybe some of the main areas, like over here, with the bigger buildings. Maybe we want stone fences instead. Like so. And we can, like, control the height anyway, so that's good. And these ones, whoops, we should also be able to decide how these look, right? Do we want the cleaner versions like that? I don't know. Maybe it's nicer if we did, yeah, the rough version like that. I think that looks better. Okay, and perhaps maybe we do something similar like on this side. So... yeah, that looks decent. So again, we go like with these types of fences for some of the major areas, as I said. I think it makes sense to do this here. And maybe we'll do that here as well. Great. Cool. I don't know, I like the look of the wooden fence over here though, for some reason. So I might leave that one actually. I'll leave that. And I'll dot around some more wooden fences in certain areas as well. So it's not all going to be stone fences. But yeah, having a mishmash kind of gives the place a little bit more character, if you ask me anyway. I don't know. Am I gonna backtrack on this? I can put the fencing back in if it doesn't look very nice, but yeah, I think because this is such a major section, Perhaps maybe it makes a lot of sense to have this kind of fence in instead. Yeah. Alright. Looks good. Alright, I was doing the doors, so let's focus back on the doors. I reckon we could get like a small door back here. And just looking at this, is there a way for us to pull this down a little more? Yep, that looks good. We probably do need a door up here somewhere. I think it makes sense. But to do that, I think we actually need to pull this up a little. Maybe even more. Yeah, maybe I'll do it on this side. Right. Let's do a big door here for a big house. Sort of trying to see if I can bring the roof up a little bit. Yeah, I suppose I sort of need to do that, and then I need to bring the roof down like so. Okay. I'm gonna need to give a little bit more space there if I'm gonna have like a door. So yeah, that looks kind of nice. Another door back there. I mean, these homes all need doors. Yep. Mix it up a little bit. Nice. Oh my god, I'm so thirsty. Oh, okay. Much better. Actually, we don't have walls over this side, do we? I'll think about that later. Let's get some windows. That can look relatively plain, that's fine. Maybe we go with a triple over here. do another 2 like that, and then I think there's probably still some space here as well for another 2. Yeah, that looks good. Right. Looks pretty good. I'm not sure if this will be, like, conceptually someone's house. Maybe it has some other purpose. So I'm gonna put these types of windows in, which are not really windows, right? I mean, if you lived in this house, it'd be incredibly cold in the winter. But yeah, something like that. I don't know if they're really in the right spot. Should I just do it like somewhere in the center, maybe? Maybe. Maybe that makes a bit more sense. I'm just wondering if I can add like an additional structure here. Oh, why is it giving me a completely different style? Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, so just wanted to add that because I feel like that just adds a little bit of depth to the structure. Make it pop a little bit more. And probably... yeah, bring that up a little bit more like that. Yeah, maybe push the roof down a little. Like so. Alright. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then we do one of these triple windows there. I reckon if you lived in this home, although I'm not entirely sure if this is a home or not because people are supposed to cross this bridge, but if you were taking a break and you were sort of hanging around here, let's say there was a cafe in here, then this would probably have like the best view. Perhaps, maybe one of the best views of the town. Possibly. I forgot about the whole corner windows as well. Corner windows are a thing. So we should get some corner windows in. Like this. And you can even do like triple corner windows. That kind of looks cool. Yeah, maybe we can do something like that for this house. Perfect. Do something similar on the other side. Yeah, great. Okay, more windows. Yeah, I guess the other thing is like it's so tempting to just like add so much, but then maybe you don't want to go too heavy-handed on adding excessively. Otherwise, things might not look as natural. I think we'll go for a couple of smaller windows up there. Maybe we'll do double window here, and maybe quick addition of some fencing there. Go like that. And I think we do a triple down this way. Maybe we do one of these, like that. Now, I sort of want to randomly put a door that sort of leads to the water, because we've seen that you can actually sort of add doors that lead to nowhere. It'd sort of just look like that. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense to do that at all, though. Like direct access for like fishing or whatever. Maybe not on that side, maybe on this side. Random door. Let's do windows here. Do we want the corner windows in this building? I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe we can get some corner windows. And we'll do something like that. Which sort of connects a little bit nicer to the tower in the front, although maybe I can do something like that. I'm not always a fan of the look of roofs that have the sides be covered in actual brick, but I guess it adds a little bit of character to the entire build. If the window, sorry, if the building is completely different. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay. Yeah, coming along nicely. Doors, actually. We do need some doors over here. I think that's decent, although perhaps maybe the size of this building needs to be increased slightly. And that way we can justify a few more windows. I wonder how windows play in corners like this. Well, they don't play well at all, I guess. Get a door in there, and let's do a window here. I reckon we can get in like another corner one here. Although, yeah, I've got a bit of a problem with the clipping. I wonder if I can fix that somehow. Nope. Nope. using this, we might be able to fix it. Might need to take that off. Yeah, it looks a little bit better, I think. And then now we should be able to get all of the stuff back in. So there we go. So nice corner window there. I think we'll do a triple here. And we could do a triple here as well. Why not? Alright, let's add these ones. Same as what we had for the other bridge. Actually, the middle one also could probably use some of these. Oh, actually, maybe I should be getting these types of windows in instead. Yeah. In hindsight, probably better. Ooh, I don't know if we really need these on this one. Maybe it's not needed at all. Maybe you can just leave it, since it's so thin. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Alright. Let's do more windows. And doors, for that matter. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to decide on, like, windows on some of these houses that are, like, really, really close together, because, I suppose they don't really have very nice views. I guess they'd want to still see what's going on in their own backyards, though. Why are you hanging the laundry, like, between houses? I don't know if I agree with that. Okay, so you can sort of force the game to rethink the decorations that it adds in some cases. Beautiful. Alright. Looking very nice. I think when it comes to all of the windows and stuff, I think we're looking pretty good here. I mean, I could add more to, like, the attics, to get the attics to have, like, more windows and stuff. But I don't think we need, like, too many. Otherwise it might look a little excessive. Nice, okay. Trapdoors? I guess we can add, like, the random one or two. Maybe just the one. Maybe that's enough. Alright, looking really, really nice. I probably do want to do a pass on, like, things like more lanterns and stuff, but just looking at the time here, it is 3:10 AM. I am exhausted. Probably need a little bit of a rest at this point, but I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and our next build here. I'm really loving this build, actually, and I'm pretty happy with what I've been able to achieve. If I ever do another Tiny Glade stream, I reckon by then I would have sort of taken a look at some of the more expert builders out there to see what they've all done and see if I can, you know, borrow a few techniques here and there from all of those guys and, you know, see what I can make out of that. But I'm kind of proud with this build, and I hope you guys liked it as well. I do appreciate you guys watching, and if you did drop by, and if you did leave a comment, I do appreciate you guys leaving those comments. And yeah, if you're watching this as a VOD, I do appreciate you checking the stream out that way as well. Do leave some likes down below. If you're new, subscribe if you want to see more. Stay true. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.